I saw the first two episodes of the show, I noticed how your storyline was the one that lightened up the show. And I would like to know, did you be aware of that? Or did you notice after you saw the episode two?
I think a bit of both.
A bit of both. I think also it's interesting because I feel like there's wit in kind of all of the
This is
worlds in a
true.
way. You know, I think Galadriel
There
has
are
some really
moments.
funny moments,
Yeah.
and Elrond definitely has. And then, you know, the dwarves come in and it's like a whole other dynamic that is hilarious.
Yeah.
So I think if anything for me it was like, oh, we're just a bit of a we're just one kind of tapestry and many
Mm.
that have moments of hilarity. Excuse me.
And one of the aspects that made Tolkien's Legendarium so great was his imagination, all the worlds and characters he created. And I would like to know how imagination has been central for you, for your work, for shaping your characters.
Oh, so much imagination.
So much.
And I love seeing how far the imagination can stretch too. And that's been a real joy as an actor, to really be able to delve into my own imagination, but also to delve into Markella's imagination and the showrunner's imagination, and you know, Sarah, Dylan, Daniel Wayman, like every single person's imagination is so different and so vast, and to be able to amalgamate them all together and fuse them all together as well to create something that is so unique has been, I mean, just an incredible experience. um so yeah, there's a lot of imagination, and also it's you know, it's a fantasy genre, so there's imagination there anyway, which is really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
The fan base around Tolkien's work is really tough, and I had the chance to talk about it with Charlotte Branston, and she told me that she tried to focus not about what they expect from her work, but to focus on her work only. Do you felt the same, or did you have some moments when the pressure was too high?
Yeah, I would say this. I felt kind of similar to Charlotte, I guess, in a way, because um, I think otherwise I wouldn't have. It would have been too much. I would have gotten in my head too much, I think. So it was quite important for me to separate that and to really just focus on telling as truthfully as possible this story, and really delve into these characters and immerse myself in this character as much as possible. Um, so yeah, I think it was just focusing on the present, not letting external factors
Mm,
come into play.
absolutely.
I was really impressed about the visual epicity of the show. Do you think that the Rings of Power is going to cancel definitely the division between cinema and TV series, assuming that there is still a difference between them?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that you just said that there's an interesting comment about whether there is a difference between the two, and I think that there is, but I think it's becoming um, less. It's becoming a bit more difficult to distinguish sometimes between the two. I think TV in a way has become a bit like long form cinema, I guess. Um, and just the hours, and that with this particularly, it is quite cinematic, and I think you do feel that, especially if you're watching it on a bigger screen.
Mm.
And particularly for how long each episode is, and I think in a way as well, you're sitting with these characters for much longer, so you might feel more connected to them. um yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how people respond to that.
Yeah,